we'll get started. Let's see, I have to do the music at the same time. All right. Good morning, y'all. Welcome. Happy Tuesday. We're gonna get started in child's pose at the back of your mat. So right here, spread your knees wide on your mat. Bring your big toes to touch. Send your hips towards your heels as you straighten your arms. Now start to take one big deep inhale in through your nose. And then open mouth, release that breath out. Take another deep inhale in through your nose. Open mouth, release that breath out. Now this time, inhale and breathe in through your fingertips. Feel your breath come all the way up your forearms, your biceps, your triceps. Down your shoulder blades, your collarbone, then hold it at the top. Create that expansion through your lungs, your diaphragm for 4. For 3, release your breath into. And 1, open mouth, release that breath out. 1 more inhale, just like that. Breathing in through your fingertips. Feeling that breath go up your forearm, your bicep, your tricep. And then create that expansion through your lungs, your diaphragm, your collarbone. Hold it for 4. 3, release it in 2. And 1, open mouth, release that breath out. Now begin to zip up your lips and use your Ujjayi breath, breathing in and out your nose. This is your breath of fire, of heat. Guide your movements throughout the next 6 minutes. If at any point you do start to feel overheated, use that open mouth exhale. Now slowly start to walk your hands over to the right side of your mat. Place your left palm on top of your right. Now sink your ear into your mat, gaze under your right tricep. Start to breathe through your entire left side body. So with every inhale, breathe through your fingertips. With every exhale, allow that breath to release out your body. And start to think about your intention for your practice, why you show this point. Will you focus your time, your energy, your strength? For the next 60 minutes, that will guide you throughout your Tuesday and then throughout the rest of your week. 1 more inhale in. 1 more exhale out. Now slowly start to walk your hand over to the side of your mat. Place your right palm on top of that. Sink your right ear into your mat, gaze underneath your left tricep, and start to breathe your entire right side body. I challenge you this week, just like last week, to really lean into discomfort. Things hard when things get difficult. Things get uncomfortable, to lean into that discomfort. 1 deep inhale. And release out. Slowly wear your hands towards the center of your space. And inhale, come to a tabletop pose. So right, stack your shoulders right over your hips, over your knees. Your pointer goes towards the base, pressing that elbow. Now inhale, cow pose, retract your shoulders. And exhale, protract, press the earth over, gaze in between your bones. Inhale, retract, draw your shoulders to your back, create expansion through your collar. And exhale, protract, cow pose. Press the earth away from you. Inhale, 1 more. I'll drag the heels of your hands closer to your thighs. And exhale, cat pose, curl your spine. Now inhale, table pose, and lift your right knee outside for your hydrant pose. Then extend leg out, the inner arch of your foot into the ground. Now sink your hip all the way back into a child's pose, just letting out and keep your entire foot on the ground, one-legged child's pose. So with every inhale, lengthen your spine. With every exhale, sink your hips closer toward you. Make sure you're grounded down through your high right foot. Take 1 more deep inhale in. And then exhale, slowly start to rise back to tabletop pose. And then bend your knee for fire hydro pose. Now donkey kick straight up to the ceiling. Knee to nose crunching. We'll do that 2 more times. So fire hydrant out. Donkey kick straight up. Knee to nose crunching. Now fire hydrant out. Donkey kick straight up. Hold right. You shift your weight over to your hand. Grab your back foot with the left. And then kick into your as you create expand through your chest. Take 2 deep breaths. 1 more inhaling. And then exhale, slowly release your foot. Extend your left arm to frame your ear. Pull your right toes towards your mat. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale, squeeze elbow to knee. 2 more times. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee, protract. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, protract. Inhale, then exhale, back to the table. Now take in right side, coming all the way forward, all the way down. Taking a minute more of how your body feels. What do you need to let go of? What do you need to release more? 2 more deep breaths. One more inhaling. And then exhale, come back to that tabletop pose. We're gonna do this thing to the left side. So lift your left knee outside, fire hydrant pose. Extend your leg out and then press the entire left foot into the ground. Now sink your hips back toward your heels. One-legged child's pose, but feeling that all through your groin by grounding down through your left foot. Take 2 deep breaths here. Inhale where you feel a little bit of tension. And then exhale, release it out of your body. Let it all go. 1 more inhaling. Exhale, release that discomfort out. Now inhale as you come up to that tabletop pose and then bend your knee for fire hydrant pose. Now donkey kick straight up towards the ceiling. Knee to nose crunching. 2 more times, so fire hydrant out, lengthening our psoas. Donkey kick up towards the ceiling. Knee to nose crunching. Last one, fire hydrant out. And then donkey kick, shift your weight over to your left hand, grab your back foot with your right. And now press into your foot like you're in dancer's pose and shift your shoulder so it's over your, it's opening through your heart, your chest, as well as your hip flexor on the left. Take a deep inhale in. Exhale as you slowly release, extend your right arm by your ear, your left toe is down towards the ground. Now internally squeeze that leg in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch in, elbow to knee, protract. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, protract. 1 more inhale, lengthen. Exhale, protract. Inhale as you lengthen, then plant your right hand down, left knee back down, tabletop pose. Now flip your hands over so your knuckles are on your mat, your fingers towards one another, and take dancing lion to the left side. But this time, warming up your wrists, your forearms, coming all the way forward and all the way back. 2 deep breaths. 1 more inhaling. And then exhale, come back to that tabletop pose. Now tuck your toes, lift your knees off your mat, bear pose. So press firmly through your palms to feel your chest rise, and then dome out your shoulder blades, protract them. Now take your right knee, tap your right tricep, back to center. Left knee to left tricep, back to center. Alternate 4 more times, so it's right, center, left, center. Exhale, center, exhale, center. 2 more times each leg. Just warming up your external oblique. 1 last time to the right, then to the left, bear pose. Downward facing dog, send your hips up and back. Beautiful, y'all. So now start to pedal out your dog, bend deep into one knee and the other. And maybe sway side to side. We are getting into those IT bands today. So maybe start to warm them up by windshield wiping your feet side to side. And then when you're ready, come to stillness. Now start to externally rotate your arms away from one another like you're opening a pickle jar, and feel your rhomboids as well as your serratus anterior open up. And then tilt your tailbone high towards the ceiling as you press your chest closer towards your thigh. Now internally rotate your legs to squeeze them in towards one another, lighting up your hamstrings and your calves. Now inhale, lift your heels off your mat, come onto the balls of your feet. And then exhale with intention, sink your heels down to your mat, spiraling your inner thighs towards the back of your space. Now slowly start to walk your hands back towards your feet and take on a ragdoll pose. So option to grab opposite elbows. If your upper body's a little tight, option to interlace your hands above your head or interlace your hands at the crown of your head. But bend your knees so generously, your chest comes towards your thighs, and then tilt your tailbone high towards the ceiling. Start to nod your head yes. Nod your head no. And then nod your head yes again. You showed up. You're here. You made it. Beautiful, y'all. Now switch out your grip. So grab for opposite elbows. Yes. And then bend your knees a little bit more. Tilt your tailbone high towards the ceiling. Take one deep inhale in. Exhale, release your hands down to your mat. Now bend deep into your right knee. Plant your right hand in the center of your mat. And then exhale to extend your left arm all the way up towards the ceiling. Yeah, so bend so firmly through your right leg that you can plant your entire right hand down. And then shift your weight over to your left leg. Feel that all up your IT band and your TFL, your calf. Take one deep inhale in. Exhale, release it down. Bend deep into your opposite knee, opposite hand down, right hand all the way up towards the sky. With every inhale, lengthen. With every exhale, twist open, shifting your weight over to your right leg, feeling that up your IT band, your TFL, and your calf. Take one deep inhale in. Exhale, release your hands down to the mat. Now bend your knees, tuck your chin in towards your chest, and roll up to stand vertebrae by vertebrae. Let your head be the last thing to come up. And then exhale, Samasthiti. Bring your hands to heart center. Roll your shoulders down your back. Close your eyes right here. Right here is where you set your intention for your Tuesday. I challenge you to lean in towards the uncomfortableness rather than try to leave it or try to count down to it, to really lean into it and get stronger and better than when you came in through this room. Or set an intention of your own. We'll seal our intention this morning with one cleansing breath. So take one deep inhale in through your nose. And then open mouth, release that breath out. Now open your eyes, release your fingertips down at your side. Inhale, mountain pose, sweep your arms overhead, and then hold and breathe right here. Now ground down through the four corners of your feet, and then internally rotate to squeeze your adductors in towards one another. Pull your thighs off your kneecaps to engage your quads, then draw your shoulders to your ears. Then relax them down your back as you take a deep inhale and grab your left wrist. And then start to lean over to the right, gaze to the left. Now feel that all up your left lat, your left external oblique, and your serratus anterior. Inhale back to center, switch it out, grab your opposite wrist, lean over to the left, gaze to the right. Now inhale as you drop your left shoulder forward. Exhale as you drop your right shoulder back. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, baby back, then cactus your arms. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, forward fold, hinging at your hips. Now inhale, halfway lift, take your hands to your shins, thighs, or the ground and hold right here. Now shift your weight to the balls of your feet, let your heels pop off, your core engage, and then stick your booty out behind you. Now draw your shoulder blades to touch, gaze to neutral. Take a deep inhale in. Exhale, high plank, plant your hands, step back, hold right here. Now look down at your fingers, make sure you're pressing through the L shape, grip the mat with your fingertips. Inhale, cow in that plank, so retract your shoulder blades, drop your belly down. Exhale, cow pose, protract, press the earth away from you. Two more each, so inhale, reach. Exhale, protract. Inhale, retract. Exhale, pro, last one. Inhale, retract. Exhale, protract. Now come back to neutral. So that should make you feel that neutral position right in between. Bring your hips in line with your shoulders. Now shift your weight forward, tuck your elbows in, lower all the way down to your belly. Now untuck your toes, press the tops of your feet, squeeze your thighs in towards one another. Inhale, cobra, put little to no weight in your hands. Gaze to neutral, take a deep inhale in. Exhale, lower down. Now press firmly through your finger pads. Breathe in through your belly button. Inhale, rise your chest up. Straighten your arms. Exhale, lower all the way down. Now take your hands wider than your mat. Inhale, rise up. Now drop your left shoulder down, gaze over your right. Feel that through your serratus anterior. Then bend deep into that left elbow to feel that through your delt and your trap. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, drop your right shoulder down, gaze over your left. And then send all your weight into your right finger pads, bending your right elbow. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Tuck your toes, engage your legs. Press your hands next to your armpits. Inhale, high plank power move. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 deep breaths right here. One more inhale in. One more exhale, sink your heels even closer to your mat. Inhale as you gaze forward. Exhale, step or float to the top of your mat. Nice, Susan. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain ground down, reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale, side bend to the right, grab your left wrist. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, baby back bend, melt your shoulders down your back. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Plant your hands, step back, hold here. Now, just like that bear pose, bring your right knee to your right tricep. Back to center. Left knee to left tricep. Back to center. Alternate here. So it's right, center, left, center. Exhale. Exhale. Make sure you're breathing while we're doing that core, especially because if your abs don't get that oxygen, it's not going to make much of a difference. They need that oxygen to survive. You have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, high plank in 2, and 1. Now high plank. Shift your weight forward, lower, halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog, foot to the tops of your feet, straighten your arms. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 deep breaths. One more inhale in. Exhale it out. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step or float to the top of your mat. Nice, y'all. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain ground down, reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, baby back bend. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reset your spine. Exhale, high to low plank, chaturanga dandasana. Nice, Susan. Inhale, upward facing dog, nicely. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 deep breaths. One more inhale in. Open mouth, release that breath out. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Now inhale, chair pose, sink your hips low, sweep your arms overhead and hold and breathe right here. Good, so now shift your weight into your heels, peel your toes off your mat. Yeah, and then send your knees back and down like you're about to sit in your chair. Now inhale as you shrug your shoulders to your ears. Yes, feel your serratus anterior lengthen. And then exhale, drive your shoulders away from your ears. 2 more like that. Inhale. Exhale as you sink lower and draw your shoulders down. Beautiful, y'all. 1 more inhale. 1 more exhale. Now inhale, interlace your hands behind your back. Exhale, forward fold with a binds behind your back. Yes, so all the way forward fold. Inhale, release your bind, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low plank, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We are going to be moving from front to back of your mat, just so y'all know. Now inhale, lift your right leg high. Bend your knee, stack your hip. Take big giant circles with that right knee. Yes, going one direction to other, but sink your left heel into your mat. Yes. Now inhale, 3-legged dog, sweep your right leg high. Exhale, knee to right tricep. Hold it here for 4. Yes, you can. For 3, yes, Lee. 2. And 1. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to left tricep. Kick it through, fall in triangle. Yeah, just warming up your body. So start to make big giant circles with that top arm, just opening up through your entire side body, straight to anterior, warming up your delt. Take one more deep inhale in. Exhale, plant your left hand down. Inhale, sweep your right leg high to the sky. Exhale, step your right foot through your hands, drop your back knee. Inhale, crescent moon, extend your arms overhead, and then hold right here. Yes, so now sink your hips forward towards the front. Yeah, you'll feel your left hip flexor start to activate. And then dial your right hip back, your left hip forward. Adduct your legs in towards one another. Yes, take one deep inhale in. Exhale, baby back bend, cactus your arms, puff your chest forward. Inhale, rise back up, and now tuck your back toe. Exhale, pyramid pose, so bring your foot just a little bit in, and then track your feet right here. Then hold and breathe. If you have blocks, you can place blocks either in front or on each side, and then just hold right here. Now dial your right hip back, your left hip forward, and feel that engagement of your inner thigh as well as your calf, your hamstring. Now inhale, halfway lift, draw your shoulder blades to touch. Exhale, sink your chest closer towards your thigh, peel your front toes off the ground. 2 more deep breaths. One more inhale in. Exhale it out. Now option, if you use a block in half moon, I do. Plant your block about a foot in front of your right foot. Open up through your hips, half moon. Sometimes you can lower your block throughout the practice, but a lot of people's ego amigo comes in, but I don't want that ego to come in. I really want your hips to open up towards the parking lot. That's the most important part. If it's not doing that, then it's not doing what it's supposed to do. 2 more deep breaths. Opening up through your torso. Take one more deep inhale as you bend deep in your front knee. Exhale, slowly land warrior 2. Yeah, then hold and breathe right here. Beautiful, y'all. Now send your front knee towards your pinky toe and take up a little more space. So walk your front foot forward just a little bit. Beautifully. Now tuck your left hip or your right hip underneath you. Yeah, beautiful, y'all. 2 more deep breaths. One more inhale in. One more exhale out. Inhale, star pose towards the parking lot, but turn your toes in, your heels out. Take a deep inhale in. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold, so hinging at your hips. Feel free, you'll be able to go upside down if you want, but I want you to just lengthen out through your hip flexors, so maybe bending in one knee and the other. If you want to do any twists, we'll be here plenty of times today. So just do what your body's telling you to do. Listen to it because that's exactly what it needs. To get your shoulders, if you want to work on those shoulders and lengthening, I make an equal sign with my arms. And then when you halfway lift, it really gets into your shoulders. Exhale as you lower down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower down. You can walk your feet as wide as you need to do this. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower down. Now slowly walk your hands back to the back of the room. So you're in runner's lunge with your left foot out in front towards Goldberg's. Yeah, there you go, y'all. Now plant your right hand down, easy twist, left hand high to the sky. Now take one deep inhale in. Exhale, horizon lunge. So rolling onto the pinky edge of both your feet. So facing the sunflower wall. Yeah, you love this one, Lee, don't you? So inhale as you lengthen, extend your arm over your ear, and then exhale, lower all the way down. Yeah, if it's a little painful, I want you to embrace that discomfort. That means your body needs this. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower down. One more inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower down. Now inhale, rise up, bring your left foot to meet your right side plank. Yes, now press so firmly through your palm that it lifts your hips even higher. Now start to peel your top foot off your bottom. Bring your knee into your nose, step it in front of you. Drop your back knee, crescent moon. Same thing to the back. Inhale, extend your arms overhead. Hold and breathe right here. Yes, now again, send your hips towards the front of your space. Beautiful, Susan. Then dial your right hip forward, your left hip back. Yeah, feel that adduction to that squeeze. And to get a little more stability, you can walk your left foot out the left side of your mat. 2 deep breaths. One more inhale in, and then exhale, baby back bend, cactus your arms. Sink your hips even closer towards Goldbergs. Inhale, rise your arms back up, tuck your back toe. Exhale, pyramid pose. So sink your chest over your front thigh, and then you can bring your right foot in just a little bit. But peel your left toes off your mat, and then dial your left hip back, your right hip forward. Inhale, halfway lift, retract your shoulder blades. And then exhale, sink your chest closer towards your thigh. Feel it all up your hamstrings, your calves. 2 more like that. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fall forward. 1 more inhale, halfway lift. If you don't have your block and you use it, you can grab it real quick. Place it about a foot in front of left foot. And then exhale, half moon. Launch your chest open towards the side of the room. And focus really on peeling your hips open. Tuck your left hip under your right hip towards the back, and maybe even gaze at your top hand. 2 deep breaths. Beautiful, y'all. 1 more inhale and bend deep in your front knee. Exhale, warrior 2. Open up those hips and then hold and breathe through. Yeah. Beautiful. Now take your hands to your ribs. Yeah, take your hands to your ribs right here. And then scoop your right rib back, your left rib forward. Yeah, now extend your arms. I have to do that every time I'm in warrior 2 to really feel your torso square towards the side of the mat. Now inhale, star. Toes in, heels out 1 more time. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. We're only going to be here for a breath. Now inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fall forward. Now walk your hands to the front of your space. Runner's lunge towards the front. Plant your left hand down, right hand all the way up towards the sky. Easy twist. Exhale, horizon lunge on the right. Inhale, lengthen your hand over your head. Exhale, lower all the way down. Yeah, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower down. Woo. 1 more, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower down. Now inhale, rise up, side plank. Bring your right foot to meet your left. Yes, now stack shoulder over wrist, gaze at your top hand. Take a deep inhale in. Exhale, high to low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're gonna repeat that breath to movement, but first inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, 3 frog hops to the top of your mat. Yes, so protract your shoulder blades, gaze between your wrists. Just pick your booty up so you can catch a little bit of air. And then meet in a forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, sink your hips low, sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, interlace your hands behind your back. Inhale, puff your chest. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, release your bind, halfway lift. Exhale, high to low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Beautiful. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg high, bend your knees, stack your hips. Take big giant circles with your left knee. Beautiful. Inhale, 3-legged dog, sweep your left leg high. Exhale, knee to left tricep, hold it here for 4. 4, 3, a little higher, 2, yes, Susan. 1, nicely, inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Option to kick it through, fall in triangle. Beautiful, y'all. Make those big giant circles with your top arm. 1 deep inhale in. Exhale, release your right hand down. Inhale, sweep your left leg high to the sky. Exhale, step your left foot right between your hands. Drop your back knee. Inhale, crescent moon, extend your arms overhead. Exhale, baby back bend, breath to movement. Inhale, rise back up, tuck your back toe. Exhale, pyramid pose. Inhale, halfway lift, dial your left hip back, your right hip forward. Exhale, fall forward over your front shin. Inhale, half moon. We'll only be here for 1 breath, so if you can touch the ground, go for it. Take 1 deep inhale in. Exhale, warrior 2, slow and control. Inhale, start, toes in, heels out. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Now start to walk your hands to the back of your mat. Inhale, easy twist, left hand down, right hand up all the way to the back of your mat. So coming into runner's lunge, we only did a wide-legged forward fold just for a count. Yeah, so now walk your hands all the way to the back of your mat, runner's lunge. Inhale, easy twist. Exhale, horizon lunge. Roll onto the pinky edge. Yeah. Now inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise up. Bring your right foot to meet your left. Beautiful, y'all. Now lift your top leg off. Step it behind you, wild thing. Open up your heart, open up your chest. Take one deep inhale in. Exhale, beautiful. Three-legged dog, sweep your right leg high to the sky. Exhale, knee to right tricep. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to left tricep. Kick it out, fallen triangles. So open up through your side body. Take a deep inhale in. Exhale, plant your left hand down. Inhale, sweep your right leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands. Drop your back knee. Inhale, crescent moon, extend your arms overhead. Exhale, baby back bend, cactus your arms. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, pyramid pose, tuck your back toe. Now inhale, halfway lift, dial your right hip back, your left hip forward. Exhale, fall forward over your front shin. Inhale, half moon. Peel your chest open, the left side of your mat. And then exhale, slow and control, warrior two. Inhale, start toes in, heels out. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fall forward. Continue walking your hands to the front of your mat. Runner's lunge at the front of your mat. And so all the way to the front. Plant your right hand down, left hand all the way up towards the ceiling. Take a deep inhale in. Exhale, horizon lunge. Send your arm over your ear. Take a deep inhale in. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, rise up. Bring your left foot to meet your right side plank. Now peel your top foot off. Plant it behind you. Wild thing. Woo. Create that heart expansion right here. Take a deep inhale in. Exhale, three-legged dog. Sweep your left leg high. Exhale, high to low plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Ooh, nice, Susan. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Two deep breaths here. One more inhale in. One more exhale out. Now inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, three frog hops to the top of your mat. So protracting your shoulder blades. Yes. And gaze between your wrists. Yeah, beautiful, Susan. And then meet in a forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Sink your hips low, sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. Inhale, shift your chest forward. Exhale, prayer twist towards the right. So connect your left elbow to your right thigh, but look down at your knees. Make sure they're in line. And then gaze over your top shoulder. Couple options. Option to open up your arms. Option to take your right hand to a fist, open up through your chest. Or option, take your block between your hands or do a side crow. Anything your body is calling for today, but go to your edge this morning. So without comparison, without judgment, how can you lean in towards discomfort? One more deep inhale in. Exhale, forward fold at the top of your mat. Bring your feet hip width distance apart. Gorilla pose. So take your hands underneath your feet. Beautiful. Now let your head fall down. And let your elbows fall to the front and back of the room. So take your feet even a little wider, Lee. Yeah, take your feet a little bit wider. There you go. Perfect. And then tilt your tailbone high to the ceiling, but continue bending in your knees. Now inhale, stay where you are, halfway lift. Draw your shoulder blades to touch. Exhale, fall forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fall forward. One more inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fall forward. Now start to bend deep into your knees. We did this transition. Bring your chest all the way to your thighs and then roll back high boat pose. We're on to abs. Susan asked for a lot of abs, so that's what we're getting today. Inhale, high boat. Exhale, low boat. Now hold right here. Anchor your low back into your mat. Hollow out your back. Lift your feet a little bit higher. Now extend your arms overhead. Now bring them back up, high boat. Exhale, low boat. Extend your arms over. Bring them back up, high boat, last one. All the way to low boat, extend your arms back. High boat. Now take your hands behind your head, point your right toe to the front, take your right elbow to your left knee, high bicycle crunches. Back to center, left to right, back to center, alternate here, so it's right and left, right and left. So using your obliques to twist your torso. Now melt your shoulders away from your ears, gaze straight out. Yeah, feel your obliques, your quads, your hamstrings start to work. 8, 7, for 6. You have 5, 4, for 3, 2, and 1, high boat. Now all the way down, low boat. Now take your hips over to the left, your knees over to the right, like you're gonna do a supine twist. Yeah, so knees stacked over one another. Create a basket grip behind your head. We have crunches right here, working our left oblique. So it's up and down, lift and lower. Exhale as you lift up. It's up and down. Now peel your chin away from your chest. Gaze straight up towards the heaters. Yes, and feel that left oblique squeeze as you crunch up. For 8, 7, for 6. You have 5 more. Keep breathing. Exhale as you lift. 4, 3, 2. Charlie Angel, your fingers, little pulses up. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. You're holding in 2. Yes, you can in 1. Hold for 8, 7. Yes, you can for 6. Peel your chin away. 5, 4. Get uncomfortable. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, lengthen out. Woo. And then exhale, scoot your booty over to the right. Supine twist with your legs to the left. Create that basket grip behind your head. Now we're working your right oblique. So it's up and down. Lift and lower. Exhale as you lift. Exhale. So really squeezing through that right oblique here. It's up and down. So rather than using your head and neck to get you up, I want you to gaze straight up. You're crunching in, but using that right oblique. 8, 7, 6, for 5, for 4, for 3. You'll pulse it up in 2, and 1. Charlie Angel, pulse, pulse. Yes, you can. You have 8, 7. Squeeze your right oblique. 6, 5, 4, 3. Hold in 2, and 1. Now hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, legs up the wall. We have toe tap with a leg raise. So toe tap down, then leg raise all the way down, all the way up. So that toe tap is where you get your upper abdominal region to work. The leg lift, keeping your head down on the ground. That's where the lower abs start to do the work. Yeah, so keep your hands right above your shoulders. That way you're not using momentum to get your hands to your toes, but rather using your upper abs. For 8, 7, 6. You have 5 more. For 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Toe taps, pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hover your legs. 8, 7, 6. Hover your legs for 5, 4. Yes, 3, 2, 1. Bring your knees to your chest. Massage out your low back. Then when you're ready, rock up and down on your spine. Come back into that chair pose. Woo! Hopefully your abs are burning. Now take a deep inhale and in chair pose. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, shift forward, and then exhale, prayer twist towards the left. Yes. Now make sure your knees are in line with one another. Option to take your left hand into a fist. Option to open your arms, whatever is in your practice, whatever is getting you to your edge. But with every inhale, lengthen through the crown of your head. With every exhale, twist through your thoracic spine. Yeah, rinsing out everything you don't need. One more inhale in. Exhale, forward fold. Now toe heel your feet, the outer edges of your mat. Toes out, heels in, yogi squats. Option to sit on the block, yeah. So use your elbows to nudge your thighs open and keep your chest up high, your shoulders away from your ears. Maybe rock side to side. We're gonna stay here for 4 breaths. Really getting into that groin. 3 more breaths. 2 more breaths. 1 more inhale in. Exhale, crow. Plant your hands, grip your mat with your fingertips. Create a shelf by making sure your pointer finger is pointed forward. Make sure your knuckles are off your mat. You're gripping your mat. You're bending your elbows to 90-degree angle. You're protracting your shoulder blades, but walking so your out knees are falling on your triceps. Then gaze way in front of you. Pull your belly button towards the ceiling. Maybe you lift one leg. Maybe you lift the other. But really press down to lift your torso up. And then gaze way out in front of you, Susan. Gaze in front of your towel. Yeah. And then do one leg and the other, slow and control. And so just doing one leg, holding for a few breaths, and then maybe trying to bring the other leg up. Yeah, and then squeeze your belly button in. Yeah, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. You're so close. Your body might be tired too, but your form is correct. You're doing everything correct. You can tell your body's tired. It's that triceps. Because your triceps are shaking, which is more of that core needs to be engaged too. So right now it's all in your triceps, but try to pull your belly button towards the heaters and then protract your shoulder blades. One more time. When you all are done, you can go meet back in down dog. If you want to go into a vinyasa, go for it. Yeah, you got it. This is a tiring flow, by the way, too. Sometimes your body's just tired, but your form is correct. No need for that block. Yep. Back in downward facing dog, y'all. All right, 2 deep breaths. Inhale everything in, and then exhale any doubt, anything holding you back today. 1 more inhale in. Exhale anything holding you back. Now inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, knee to right tricep. Option to hold it here, option to try that hurdler's pose. So you're gripping your thigh on your tricep, bending your elbows in, and maybe just staying here, creating a shelf. Nothing's engaged right here. I'm literally holding myself up with my triceps. Maybe trying to lift your toe up, but keep trying it. If you want to try to go back from 3-legged dog to that hurdler's pose, just trying it that way. So 3-legged dog, bring your thigh up, pin your elbows in. You can just stay right here. My back foot's still on the ground. Or else all I'm doing is pushing, but a lot of people are scared because your face is literally on the ground that close. Yep. Yep, and that's just getting, and you can see you have to have your grip, your thigh on your tricep. So sometimes it's just practicing with that movement and just holding knee to right tricep, just holding it for a little bit. It's just opening up that hip. A little higher. Yeah, and now bend your elbows. And so when you bend your elbows, your tricep should fall underneath that thigh. Higher. Yep. I'm just practicing with that. Seriously. One day you're just practicing with this because right now you have to use your core to get your knee higher rather than trying to force it up there. We never want to force anything. So using your core strength to protract your shoulder blades, getting your knee on your tricep. And maybe this is where maybe you just start bending your elbows like you're going to do a chaturanga. But what's happening a lot in all my classes are people are trying this, they're not using their core and then they're jumping down like this. And so that means your chest is not squared, your core is not engaged, which is why I did a lot of core today. And then just holding like that, hold right there for a little while. Because the only other thing you need to do is bend your elbows really deep and create a shell. Yep. It is. It is hard, and it's not just gonna come. I remember I've been doing this for a long time to get myself to get anywhere. I couldn't do arm balances probably till this year. And I've been doing yoga and teaching it for a long time. So it just clicks, but knowing what muscles to activate and even just holding right here and bending your elbows, just trying this, it makes a difference. And then each time it's getting a little bit lower. And it's just, sometimes it's just scary because my nose is literally touching the mat. And then you're just little push. What's happening if this tricep's not engaged, if it's outside, see how my elbow's outside my hip, that's when you drop down. My triceps are holding myself up. So I actually bring my thumbs to touch. Yeah, so my thumbs are touching and then I inwardly rotate my arms. Yeah, like that. Yeah, that's it. Do you feel that? Yeah. Yep. That's all you need though. All right, y'all, ready? Take a deep inhale in. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Kick it through, fall in triangle. Now, option to stay here, option to lift that foot off the ground. Option to do a couple crunches, taking your top elbow to your bottom knee. So crunching in and out. Yeah, for 4. Nice. For 3. Last 2. And 1. Inhale, 3-legged dog, keep your right leg high. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands. Inhale, crescent moon. Exhale, baby back bend. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, pyramid pose. Now we're gonna be doing something a little different. It's called a revolved dancer. So if you have a block, you may want it. If you use a block in twisted triangle, you may want to try using a block, or you don't need to. So twisted triangle, put your left hand down, your right hand up. Now start to shift your weight over to your right foot. Ground down through all 4 corners of your right foot. Take your left heel to your left glute. Grab your back foot with your right hand, just like we did at the very beginning of class, but on all 4s. And then slowly rise up. We're just doing dancer's pose. Square your chest forward. Dancer's pose, just grabbing your opposite foot. Yeah, it's a powerful pose. It's actually my favorite balancing pose. We don't do it that often because it really works a lot of muscles, but leaving a micro bend in that standing leg is really important. If I lock it out, that's when I get wobbly. So leave that little bend and then shift your chest forward. I'm gazing at something that's not moving and then pressing your foot back in. And sometimes it's just starting like this. It's a lot of stability. Take a deep inhale in. Exhale, funky chair. Cross your left ankle over your right. Bend deep into your knees. Whew. 2 deep breaths. 1 inhale in. Exhale, 1-legged Tadasana. Bring your left knee back in line with your hip. Exhale, airplane. Launch your chest forward. And then inhale, standing L. So we're not aiming for handstand as much. We're aiming for almost like a donkey kick right here with our right foot. So remember, squeeze and grip your mat. Dome and protract your shoulder blades. Gaze between your wrists. Drive your right heel so hard that your right hip comes up, and then internally rotate your left leg. And maybe you just start by just lifting your toes off just a little bit. You're using the strength from your right leg. Maybe you start kicking your right butt cheek right here and stealing a little bit of air. That's all I want you to get to today. Yeah, just that. No need to come up to full handstand. Just when your body gets tired, that's when things start collapsing. So I want you to just focus on just this movement. Take 1 more deep inhale in. Exhale, you got the standing out. Step it back, pyramid pose, back to the beginning. Inhale, half moon. Plant your right hand down, left hand up. Feel that opening of your hips. Should feel pretty good. Take 1 deep inhale in. Exhale, warrior 2. Step it back. Inhale, star, toes in, heels out. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Now you have 5 deep breaths here, so whatever you want to do here, go for it. If you want to do a twist, you can take your right hand to your left ankle, extend your left arm up towards the ceiling. If you want to walk your hands behind you, or if you want to take your hands to your ankles, if you want to try getting upside down, whatever your body's telling you your edge is for today. Nice. Yeah, so focus on engaging your core on that when you get your legs up. Two more breaths wherever you are. Yeah. So if you can do that, Susan, you can do your crow. You can, yep. If you can do that, nope, just even that, you can do your crow. Because it's the same exact feeling. Your head's just on the ground. And that means it's a mental thing. That means it's a mental thing, because this is the same as crow. What you're doing, your head's just on the ground. Yep. Which means it's a mental thing with that block. So that mental block is what's holding you back today. Take a deep inhale in. Exhale, start to walk your hands back towards Goldbergs. Right hand down, left hand up, easy twist. Exhale, horizon lunge. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, side plank. Inhale, plant your left foot behind you, wild thing. Open up through your chest. Take a deep inhale in. Exhale, 3-legged dog, sweep your left leg high. Exhale, knee to left tricep. Option to stay here, option to try that hurdler's pose on this side. So remember, squaring your chest, pulling your belly button in, and then pin your elbows in. Your elbows are holding my torso up. A way to practice also is by putting the block long ways right on your hip, right here. And then just practicing this right here, just the movement of that. It's actually a lot more tricep, but it's all about getting the right distribution of your core and your triceps. It's figuring out that distribution. Yes, Lee. Now gaze forward, Lee. You got it. Yes. Lee, you had it. You just need to gaze forward because your head tilting you down is what's pulling you down. But exactly where you were was perfect. Yes, there you go, Susan. Do you feel that, like where your body's supposed to be? And even, yeah. And even just making it lower and just knowing that block's there, you know what it feels like. And then try putting it on your foot. That's why I love blocks. That's why I'm glad you both have them, because none of my other classes ever have them. All right, y'all, let's move back in downward facing dog. Lift your left leg high to the sky. Exhale, knee to right elbow, kick it through, fallen triangle. Yeah. Now take your hand to your head, squeeze your elbow in towards your knee, crunch it in, and then extend out. 4 more for 4. 4, 3, 4, 2, and 1. Plant your right hand down. Inhale, sweep your left leg high to the sky. Exhale, step your left foot between your hands. If you want to face me, Lee, you can, or else you can face the back. Inhale, extend your arms overhead. Exhale, baby back bend. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, pyramid pose. Now we're gonna try that revolve dancer on this side. So take your left hand to your left hip. Take your right heel to your hip. Grab the back of your foot. Maybe that's as much as you can go. Maybe you can use a block to bring your right hand a little bit higher. Now leave a micro bend in your left knee. Make sure your foot is stable on that mat before rising up and creating that balance. Maybe it's just holding that quad stretch. Maybe it's pressing open through that leg, gazing over your top hand. Yeah, it's challenging, and that's why I like you to do it. Take 1 more inhale in. Woo! Exhale, funky chair, cross your right leg over. Open up through your hips. Use this funky chair as a recovery. Yeah. 2 deep breaths. One more inhale in. Exhale it out. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana. Exhale, airplane, launch your chest forward. Now find right where your shoulders are. Plant your hands right underneath your shoulders. We're gonna try L hops on this side. So not handstands, just L hops. So squeeze your thighs in towards one another. Press so firmly through your left heel, your left hip comes off. Now dome and protract your shoulder blades, gaze between your wrists. And maybe you just do little hops off your mat. Maybe you kick your booty up, and that's as far as I want you to go. Maybe you catch a little bit of air, but that's all. I never want you to overdo something, especially if it's at the end of a flow. I hate when classes make you do that peak pose at the very end when you're tired, and it's not gonna help anything. That's how injuries are formed. Just little L hops, just strengthening it. Take one more deep inhale in. Exhale, step it back, pyramid pose. Inhale, half moon. Plant your left hand down. Peel your right hip open. Feel free to use your block as a tool to open up through your hips. Feel, I still use a block. I still bring one to class. Take one deep inhale and bend deep in your front knee. Exhale, warrior two. Beautiful, y'all. Inhale, star pose. Turn your toes and your heels out. Interlace your hands behind your back. Seal your palms together. Take a deep inhale in. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold with a bind behind your back. Yes. Option to release that bind. But shift your weight into the inner arches of your feet. Take one deep inhale in. Exhale, release your hands down. Start to walk your hands towards the front of your mat, so towards me. Left hand down, right hand up, easy twist. Exhale, horizon lunge. Inhale, rise up, side plank. Last little bit, take a deep inhale in. Exhale, peel your top foot, plant your foot down. Wild thing. Woo. Take one deep inhale in. Exhale, unflip three-legged dog. Exhale, high to low plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Beautiful. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 deep breaths here. One more inhale in. One more exhale out. Now inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, walk through your hands. Lay all the way onto your back. I'm gonna stretch supine today. So we did a lot of hip openers, but we'll do one last one. So cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Flex and activate your feet. Option to stay here if that is causing stress. If it's not, start to interlace your hands underneath your left thigh. Option to stay here. Option to use your right elbow to open up your right glute. Feel that through your medial glute. You're growing your hip flexor. And continue to flex and activate. Maybe lift your tailbone off your mat and create a little rock and roll side to side. Massage out your low back. Take one deep inhale in. And then exhale, extend your right arm out beside you. Take your left hand to your right thigh. Supine twist. Guide your right knee over to the left. Gaze over your right hand. Take one deep inhale in. Exhale, sink your right shoulder closer towards your mat. Now roll onto your back and then switch out your legs. So cross your left leg over. Thread your hands underneath your right, flex and activate your feet. And take your left elbow, press your left thigh out towards the front. Take a deep inhale in. Exhale, pull your thighs closer to your chest. And then lift your tailbone as you rock side to side. There's one quote that has kind of stuck with me this week, was everything that drowns me taught me how to swim. So I want you to recognize those things that have gone wrong, those things that haven't gone your way, those things that maybe brought you back a few steps in your mind. That's what's teaching you how to build resiliency. So extend your right leg out, supine twist the left. Acknowledge that Although this season looks a lot different, it's uncomfortable. We don't know when it's going to end. We also learned how short life is in general and how important it is to really experience it, to grow as much as we can, to get as much as we can out of it. Because it's easy to stay stagnant, it's easy to complain, easy to compare. Take one deep inhale in. Exhale it out. Now roll onto your back. Then bring your knees into your chest, your forehead into your knees. Give yourself a big hug right here. Appreciate yourself for showing up, for spending the last 60 minutes in embracing that discomfort. Take a deep inhale in. Exhale, Shavasana. Lay flat on your mat. Let everything go. Remove your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Just come back to your breath. To reach the life you want, you have to fall in love with being uncomfortable. You have to crave it. You have to start to prefer the high of breaking through your limitations to the dull comfort of staying safe. You have to let the fear rush through you and open you more deeply than ever before. You have to let everything that's holding you back become the foundation, the ground zero upon which you rebuild the rest of your life. You're ready to move on with the rest of your Tuesday. Start to bring movement back into your body, starting with your breath. Take one giant deep inhale in through your nose. And then open mouth, release that breath out. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Point your toes towards the front of the room. Stretch your arms overhead for a full body stretch. Your second wake up of the day, feeling a little bit different than your first. And roll over to your right side in fetal pose. So bring your knees into your chest. Use your arm as a little pillow. Pause right here. We end each class in Shavasana and corpse pose, the death of our practice. Roll into fetal pose to represent rebirth, new beginnings. The opportunity to acknowledge that life is not happening to you, but rather it's responding to you. So how can you use this discomfort? How can you use these imperfections of this season to build your character, to make you a stronger, better version of when you went through this? Without comparison, without judgment. Use your left palm, press you up to a seated position facing the front of our space. Roll your shoulders down your back and bring your hands to your heart center, your eyes closed. We'll seal our practice today just as we started with one cleansing breath. So inhale everything you want to bring with you from today's practice. And then exhale, release everything you want to let go and leave in this room today. And bring your hands to your third eye center and pause right here. The light, the love, the teacher in me sees, honors, and absolutely adores the light, the love, the teacher in each and every one of you. We bow together and say namaste. Namaste, y'all. How are you feeling? How was it? Was it too much? Perfect. You should go